Virgo.
Okay, Virgo, we're looking at your forecast now here for April of 2015, and last month you might have had that much of a relationship thing going on where you were interacting more or also trying to bring forward new aspects in your relationship. Now this month your focus is going to shift just a little bit to whereupon you probably will be deepening more of your relations. It becoming a little bit more intimate, sharing on deeper levels, but also looking at your mutual values and your funds, the way that you can share those resources. We had a total solar eclipse there March 20th. What we're having and looking at here this month, we're going to have a total lunar eclipse here. This is coming up on April 4th, the full moon. So that should be quite interesting. And for you here, Virgo, this is going to show up in your second house, which has to do with your money, your day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month income, and looking at how perhaps something now may shift up. What really happens under an eclipse, it's like 3 moons together here, so it's a power-up, an accelerator. And what needs to go will go, and what now the universe is wanting you to bring in is going to be that much more highlight. So pay attention to what's going on there. Normally what they say about the eclipses, it can take a full month for things to really manifest and come into being as far as what that new energy will be all about. So it's an exciting time here for you as far as that's concerned. The new moon we have here on the 18th and 28 degrees there in Aries. So this is also going to show up in your 8th house for resources and money. So this is a big money month for you, Virgo. This is great. So you really, really want to pay attention to what is yours that's coming in and how you can increase this. That's the eclipse. But then the new moon, where you plant your seeds and intentions, there on the 18th, and at the very late degrees there of Aries, it's more like put your intentions in now, how you want to see things come together between you and your partner, emotionally for one, how you share your love and everything else that goes with it, but not the least also your shared resources as far as finances. So some of you might be speaking about how you can grow this area together with mutual investments, that kind of thing. But anyway, we got the sun, we got Mercury, we have Uranus, and that new moon in your 8th house, and this is why the intensity this month will be all in that area. Looking at Venus, well, Venus is pretty good here as she's transiting there through Taurus, and Taurus rules Venus, and should I say Venus rules Taurus. So it's like a double whammy effect, and for you, it's coming up in your 9th house. This has to do with long distance travel, connecting with people at faraway places. You might even be dreaming about or planning your summer vacation. You might even be traveling this month for that matter. Venus wants to get around, and Mars, top of the month here on the 1st, 0 degrees in Taurus in this same area. So we got both Venus and Mars. They're getting antsy, they want experience, they want adventure. We think about adventure when we think about the 9th house because that's Sagittarius's house, right? But it also rules higher education, it rules publishing. So some of you might be signing up for some classes, some of you might be teaching classes, or also looking at getting some papers or articles, books published and so forth. Great, great time for you to do so here, Virgo. Jupiter is still cruising through your 12th house, which it will be until later this summer. And so what it's doing, it's powering up. It's like working behind the scenes for you. Jupiter is the ancient ruler of the 12th house. So she's comfortable there, and it really ties in with your subconsciousness, your higher consciousness, and it's wanting to grow and expand. And being in the 12th house, well, you're kind of closing down on a 12-year cycle, which is the time it takes for Jupiter to circle around once. And so you might be reflecting and looking back, you know, over your past and what you have accomplished thus far in that time span, and also making plans for where it is you want to head now for the next 12 years. And you still have time. Jupiter won't be moving into the first house here before late summer, and we'll be getting back to that when we get closer. But that's when you're going to start a new, happy Jupiter 12-year cycle. So Saturn in the 4th house, dealing with home, family, structure, grounding. The transit here is going to take a long time. Some of you, early on, Virgos, will already be feeling how that feels. Especially those of you that are now coming of age and you have your parents, you might feel that there's more responsibilities coming in here with them and for them, should I say. Pluto, long-term transit, 5th house, you're transforming your creativity, your self-expression, and feeling, at least those of you here born up to halfway through your sign, have already started this powerful inner transformation and seeing the results of it. So last month I did something different as far as the astro calendar. Some of you loved it. Some of you really wanted it back in the video. So that's what I'm going to do here for you. So try to keep all of you happy. And I'll do a separate monthly calendar as well for those of you who like to have that additionally as an easy go-to place, right? So here, April 2nd, the first transit and aspect that we're seeing that's going to be important is Mercury and Saturn. Mercury, the linear thought, it's communication. Saturn is authority, whether this is your authority or you're going to be conversing with somebody who represents authority. Now, this aspect is a beautiful trine, so it goes to show that your communication will come across really well and be received the way it should be. On the same day, you have this blessing coming in from Jupiter, which is also trining your sun. So there's this joyfulness about you and a feeling of nothing can go wrong because Jupiter is supporting you here, Saturn's supporting you here. So whatever it is that you, as a person, the I am within you, your will, your hope and dream, and communicating it there with Mercury, well, these two guardians want to see you succeed. Then we have there on the 4th, total lunar eclipse, as we've already talked about. On the 5th, you might feel that there is a decision pending that you might need to address. It might feel a little deep and strong because it's the sun squaring off on Pluto there, but it's a fast moving, okay? So don't get stuck there. It's like recognize it, deal with it, move on. As we have more things coming in for you, because on the 6th there might be a pleasant surprise or some news or insight. Now if you took action on the 5th with whatever maybe you didn't feel like you wanted to, the result can already come to you the next day. Or this could be news from other sources coming in as well. On the 6th we have Jupiter and Uranus coming in both to your Sun and your Mercury. Mercury and Jupiter by trine, that is great news from somebody who's very supportive, or a situation that's quite supportive for you. That's going to open doors. I feel there's abundance. This Jupiter for you is in your 12th house and Mercury there in your 8th house. So this can have to do with money matters perhaps, or joint resources. And the Sun and Uranus, well, that conjunction is also in the 8th house. So here we go again, back to where we started with your forecast that this is going to be a money month for you, right? Now Jupiter goes direct on the 8th, so she's been sleeping for the last 4 to 5 months there, and now when she wakes up, slowly, she doesn't take, pick up speed all that fast. So give it a little time, but at least you know now that she's easing up, moving forward, and this is going to awaken even more so the dream time that you've had where she's been transiting in that subconscious 12th house, your spiritual house. On the 11th, we have Venus changing signs. She's going to ingress out of Taurus into Gemini, which is your 10th house for career. So make all your travel plans, do everything related to publishing and so forth prior to the 11th, because then Venus now is going to be looking at your career, how to move forward with it. There might be a great news coming in, or at least some promotion for some of you here from the 11th and for approximately a month ahead while she's transiting there. On the 12th, Mars, which is your drive, your action, your ambition, is now sextiling Neptune. And Neptune is your ideal dream. Okay, that's what you are always constantly trying to bring into reality, into this 3D experience. So you might be able to take some good action here on this day. The sextile is a very harmonious aspect for you. Mars being in your 9th house and Neptune there in the 7th house. So this might be you and your partner speaking about making some concrete action or a concrete decision, should I say. Probably that has to do with travel or a direction that you want to go and have some adventure. On the 14th, Mercury is moving into Taurus, so that is going to shift focus from the financial into this area of expanding your consciousness, more interaction with the world at large out there, and also travel-based, and it's going to be meeting up there with Mars too, and so that can, just put things more into your plans. Now on the 16th, Pluto, the planet of transformation in your 5th house, is going to turn retrograde. So for the next 4 to 5 months, it will slow down. You're not going to be moving that much or as fast forward in what has to do with your creative aspects or projects, or I'm not saying that things are coming to a halt, but it's time to actually go back over the things that you already have done and accomplished, and see how you can tweak it to make it even better by the time that Pluto is going to be moving direct again here in a 4 or 5 month period. On the 17th though, Mars and Jupiter, 9th house and 12th house, there's a decision to be made here, and you may not see exactly eye to eye in this situation. Mars wants one thing, and Mars is always full speed forward, right? Wants action now. Jupiter is saying hang in there and wait and see. Don't move too quick. Get some perspective on this, or research something a little more before you act, at least. So don't be too hasty there on the 17th, or it could be that somebody around you might be a little hasty or pushy here on this day, or coming across as being very righteous too, and that may not, sit too well there with you. But Mars is also pretty fast moving for the time being, so it's not something that's going to linger for a long time. We have on the 18th, the new moon, so time to write your abundance check for those of you who do that, and those of you who don't, well, I have a special video to show you exactly how you can write this check out to yourself and how this will work as a magnet to attract more money. And we always want to do that on the new moon, as it will generate and attract that money throughout the coming month. On the 19th, there might be a slight little disappointment, and this could be a little carryover maybe from the 17th because now Venus is square Neptune, so whatever hopes or dreams or wishes that you had, maybe some expectations that you were placing on a certain situation, may not come through. So, but you know, life goes on, and don't let that sit and fester either, because Venus is moving quickly here, and you want to look at the opportunities that are around you. So more things will be picking up, especially on the 21st. I feel that you can have extra drive, more oomph, especially to not just accumulate drive for the projects that you're holding, but you can initiate new things right now with superhuman strength and conviction. It's like nobody can hold you back when we have this Mars and Pluto trine, because both of them are very fierce. They're convinced in what they do, and physically too, there's a lot of drive here to get things done. So use it wisely. On the 22nd, not only do we have that Mars-Pluto trine, but Mercury's coming in to join the crowd. Mercury is now conjuncting with that Mars, and so the three of them together, I feel this would be the time for you to yay or nay what you are convinced about. Coming up towards the end of the month, Venus and Uranus, we love when they do the dance, because Venus is love and Uranus is always surprises, and we have good surprises, we got bad surprises in life, but as long as the transit is harmonious, you can expect a good surprise here out of the blue on the 26th, and this could be something involving probably your career, and maybe a raise, maybe a promotion, something that can secure you, or maybe it's you just coming up with a brilliant idea, which we always need to contemplate when we think about Uranus, because Uranus is the genius, it's the brilliance, and those creative thoughts that can come to us in a flash. And then we end the month with Mercury here moving into Gemini. And well, that's more for next month, but we're going to have a lot of communication going on there in May, and that should really behoove many levels, you know, to bring things forward of all those things that you've been thinking or feeling but not verbalizing. But then here comes the month where you are really going to be able to verbalize the things that are important to you. So listen to your moon and rising sign, or that of your partners, so you know what's going on with him or her this month. And I'll see you next month.